That's one lazy kitty. The thing is like, I actually have to leave the bed because you just, you just take on the whole bed. What am I supposed to do? And I gotta curl up on the couch because I don't want to wake you. He's having some kind of dream about salmon, tuna, floating around, eating fish. Let's woke him up a little bit. Sweet kitty dreams about catnip and other cats playing and a field of chicken. Just run around eating the chickens with tuna and salmon and catnip. And look who sat up. Finally got up and he was like, where's my breakfast? I want my treats. Been sleeping for 20 hours. Time for me to eat. Or maybe just lay down and take another nap. What'd you do today, kitty? Just slept and got something's itching on your belly. And then the ear, my ear itches. Got a little earwax in there. Little kitty earwax. What's going on? Just sitting there. Huh? What, did I do something? What's that smell? So Kitty slept there most of the day and now has migrated right here. He just kind of goes around different spots. He'll lay there. Sometimes he'll curl up right in there. Sometimes in here, what we call the condo, the cat condo. This is on the box. And on it right there, and he'll go over there, and there's a window over there that he likes to, it's kind of like his television, the window. All right, kitty, you shake your hand. You have a good day, okay? Yeah, you're a good kitty. Okay. Degrees Fahrenheit, 4,155 miles on the odometer. It is Monday, September 30th, 2024, about 4:53, coming to a red light on Isbel. This one's pretty quick. There it goes. All right, headed off to delivery. This one is 5:36, 10 minutes, 3.3 miles. And yesterday we did about 31 miles, 31.5. These are called the Legacy, or they're at least off Legacy. Let's let everybody in this way. Sometimes I think these gates are, I guess at night, they're probably pretty good. During the day, they should just probably leave them open for delivery and things like that. Pretty sure these are called the Legacy. They overlook It's basically like a drive-through movie theater. Right down in that, right that way. You can, from the balconies on that side, you can see the movie theater. If you look over that way. All right, these are actually called the Kellys. But there's another place that's down the road that's called the Legacies. It's off of Legacy, but it's called the Kellys. We're kind of down, we're pretty much downtown area, right off Houston Street. And that's the Daughters of the Confederacies. I think I said Sisterhood of the Confederacy the other day, but it's the Daughters of the Confederacy. Linda and I did a vlog on it. She read some of it. It's something to do with, I guess it's like Civil War time. And they've had that plaque up there a long time. It's right down the road from the courthouse. That's one of the courthouses there. I think I've gotten a marriage license there at least once. I don't know if that's where you still get them now, though. There's also another courthouse back this way. You can kind of see the limestone. I guess it's limestone. I would call it limestone. That's one of the courthouses right there. So they have the Daughters of Confederacy plaque right next to the courthouse. You can tell you're in Fort Worth. And then right there is the old Bank One building known as Block 82. That right there. It's not the tallest building in Fort Worth, but it's like the second tallest one. The tallest one is Burnett Plaza, which you can't see. It's behind this right here. There's a plaza on the other side, a couple blocks over, kind of parallel to Block 82. It was like the greatest plaza to skateboard back in the day when we were skateboarders, because it's marble stone and you could do rail slides on everything. And they didn't put a lot of blockage for skateboarders there too. There were tons of skateboarders there back in the 90s. I don't see any of them anywhere. Like, occasionally you see a person on a skateboard. There's supposed to be a pro skater in Fort Worth. I can't think of his name. He's got a unique name. I saw it in a vlog just the other day. Oh, another shout out to Video Bob. I saw a couple of his vlogs. He's from Haltom, and he looks very familiar. I may have run into either him or some of his people at one time. He hung out with Pantera, and he runs a DeLorean restoration. I guess they're also restoring the county jail over here too. We've dropped off pizza to them right there too. They're taking the handrails off and everything right here. Anyway, yeah, Video Bob is working on DeLoreans. He restores them and makes them look like Back to the Future vehicles. He's been doing it for years. They put fog machines in them and everything. But he's out in Vegas. He's originally from Haltom, and he came back just recently and did a Clown Burger vlog over the last couple of days, a few days ago. And he's doing shop updates. I saw a few of them, and they're restoring an old 1983 or 84, something like that, DeLorean. And he has like 2 or 3 burned out DeLoreans that he takes parts from, like flywheels and stuff. What that means is that, if I'm not mistaken, the flywheel is not an automatic, so it's a shifter. Because if you have an automatic vehicle, you have what's known as a flex plate in the vehicle. So I guess these DeLoreans are manual. I couldn't tell because when he drove it, you can only see it from the outside. He drove it into the shop. They're working on it with a few. One guy's from Boeing Aircrafts. He's working on it, and I don't know if they're just doing it part-time. I think that's his full-time business, though. It's something to do with like Bob's prop shop. So there's a little bit of theater in it. But if I ever run across him, I've got a great idea. I don't know if I ever will be able to. It's an idea I wanted to launch to my brother. My brother's a web designer. He went to UTA. He designs websites and stuff like that. He works on computers. But I think he works for a company. I haven't seen him in a long time. But I had an idea when I used to do Uber. I just thought it'd be a cool idea to start a rideshare company that just deals with theme-based cars. even using actors and stuff, because I have a background in acting. But I know that he does these DeLoreans out in Vegas and stuff, and that would be a good place to launch the program, because Vegas right now, their rideshare program there is pretty revolutionary. They're using a lot of robots and stuff like that. Well, it'd be a great place to, I don't know. I mean, I guess it'd be tough to pick someone up in a DeLorean, like a rideshare. But, it's like something that you would want to do with people that are, in the entertainment field or something. But it would be a program that you could, I guess, launch on an app. And if you want to, go out in a DeLorean or any type of vehicle. I was thinking of like the Ferris Bueller vehicle. I forgot. They're from Connecticut right there. There's a Ferris Bueller sports car. The one that Cameron and Bueller, they put it in reverse to try to pull back the odometer. That's probably why I talk about the odometer a lot in the show, is because of that movie, Ferris Bueller. But it'd be different vehicles based on movies. And you'd be able to rent them. You could rent them, for the day or for the week or whatever. Or you could use them with a rideshare person. You could even hire them with a driver. But anyway, it's just an idea, and I don't know if I'd ever be able to run across Video Bob. But if I did, I'd probably tell him about that idea. And I'm sure he's probably right on the line on that. I don't know how far. He mostly just does the vehicle restoration, though. But I know that they either lend them out to people or they sell them to people, because he's rewiring one of the DeLoreans in the vlog that he had given out to someone, or they had purchased it from him, and they rewired a lot of the internal stuff, within the vehicle. They did some rewiring, and so he's going back and laying down all this new wiring and stuff like that. So he knows a lot about this kind of stuff, this theme-based vehicles and stuff. But I don't know, this was an idea that I've had for a while. I started a company called Drive, which is based in, it's based mostly in like film media, but in rideshare. So it is registered, and I've been doing it for a while. But it would basically be a rideshare company, only it would have theme-based vehicles only. It wouldn't be like a massive one. It wouldn't be on a large scale. It'd be mostly for private parties and things like that. It's just an idea. But anyway, yeah, his shows, check him out. His show's pretty cool. It's I believe he goes by Video Bob Mosley. And there was also a friend of mine when I was younger named Brian Mosley, which is weird. But I did go to Haltom. I went to Haltom High School for a semester and left, and I graduated at Pascal, which is here in Fort Worth. But this was Haltom in 1991, so he may either be younger. I can't tell if he's younger or older, no offense. But I know that he said he went to Haltom. I don't know if he went to Haltom High, though. I went to North Richland Hills, Haltom High, and then graduated from Pascal High School in 93. Anyway, I just want to do a shout out. Away from Illinois. Don't quote me on the whole thing about the flex plate and the flywheel. I actually know for a fact the flex plates are used for automatics. But I don't know. I'm figuring the DeLorean is probably like a sports car. So I'm thinking it probably is a manual, like, a stick shifter. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. That's the one thing I want to go back and watch Back to the Future. It's probably something, that the Woo is brought in, that whole, it's kind of like Adam the Woo, he's brought in a whole psychology to the vlogger in Back to the Future. He's brought that into a big deal. But, a lot of people like that movie. I'm okay with it. I don't think it's a horrible movie. I think Robert Zemeckis is a genius. I'm a big fan of Castaway. I find it a little corny, and I'm sure Adam would probably agree with me. There's a lot of music in it, and Huey and the news and all that kind of stuff. But I can stand it. I'd be able to watch it. I also like the fact that it's in 3 parts. But yeah, that's something I would probably look for if I went, you know, Back to the Future, you look for specific little things. I'd probably look in scenes and then interior to see if they're actually using a stick shift. And I think I remember Marty using like the stick shift, you know. Those are kind of things that you know, when you come across a DeLorean, you think about, you know, like, is it a stick shift or not? Or is it both automatic? That's what I'd go back and watch the movie. I'd go and look for that if I got to see it again, if they show it on Samsung TV or something. Because that's why I usually watch my movies on Samsung TV. I think it probably, if he said it's a flywheel, if Video Bob said flywheel, it's a good chance that it is a stick shift. But it would be cool to see, if I go back and watch Back to the Future, to see if it is actually a stick shift or if the DeLorean's an automatic. It could be either, really. It'd be cooler for a stick shift, though. All right, 7:18, 6 minutes, 2.1. All right, Cassavetes hosting Cinderella October. And don't forget about Tuna Christmas this November. Still trying to figure out if they're using the original cast. That'd be crazy. Joe Sears is like 75 years old. They got it down by now. They started that puppy in 1981. So they'd know the show by now for sure. It was the most produced show in the mid and late 80s was Tuna Christmas. Well, probably Greater Tuna and Tuna Christmas, both of them. And then they did Red, White, and Tuna. And then Tuna Does Vegas. It's a 4-part series. All of it's on video. I think you can find all of it on YouTube, mostly. They say that the Greater Tuna VHS copies are in the hundreds of dollars if you find them on eBay. Or if you find them online, you can get them, the VHS copies. Because they sold probably thousands upon thousands of them. Probably at shows and stuff. Then they had an HBO series that ran across a copyright issue. I wish Wikipedia would expand on that copyright issue. It only aired for 1 year on an HBO comedy channel. I've seen some of it. It's like a movie. Oh, it is a movie. Yeah, Jason Sears plays all the characters. You know, there's like more than a dozen characters. And then, of course, Joe Sears plays all the characters too. And then there's the character of the dog too. I think one of them plays a dog. I guess the sound of the dog. But if you watch the stage version, because they have stage versions on VHS and stuff, they put it on YouTube. You'll see Joe Sears. He's holding up the newspaper, and he's barking behind the newspaper. It's like, "Ruff, ruff, 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 ruff." It sounds like someone barking, but it also sounds like a dog too. And yeah, he was nominated for Best Actor in a Comedy Series. Joe Sears was, for Tony. And he just got the nomination. Look at this bridge right here. Anyway, I think it's cool. I think it's just such a thing that, you know, to take with you before you leave. You know, that you got a show like that under your belt. They got 4 comedy shows that'll probably be with us for a good amount of time. Maybe as long as Moliere stuff and everything. I compare it to that. It's a satire. It's a dark. They say it's a dark comedy because, you know, the whole strychnine laced biscuits rolled in enticing little dough balls, and the murdering of the Judge Buckner. That's his name. That's in the Greater Tuna one. Anyway, it'd be cool to see. The Tuna Christmas is supposed to be better. I need to revamp Tuna Christmas and probably try to find it tonight on YouTube and find out the plot points and everything. I like the fact that there's a pretty tight plot, you know, about the judge that's kind of underneath. Law's an issue, you know, because Stanley's kind of a young criminal. It just looks like Tuna Christmas is, of course, probably, I'm thinking, a sequel. I'm going to have to check that out, see if I can find it on YouTube. It's probably there floating around. All right, this is a little tiny apartment complex off Sunset Terrace, right next to St. Paul Lutheran's Church, which is right over this way. It's like a brick wall, or it's really what it is. It's like a rock wall. That's actually apartments. Isn't that cool? apartments, and there's St. Paul Lutheran. They were working on the roof not very long ago. And I don't know, they used to have messages, billboard messages of scripture. I can go by and see. About the same distance this way. It's been blank over the last few passes. Sundays I'd always go by it. Yep, they got something up. Said some scripture. It's from Romans 8:2. The Spirit intercedes for us. So on that one, you'd want to look up the word intercedes, which is what I'll do. All right. So in Romans, it says the Spirit intercedes for us. And enter actually means between. And seed comes from Latin as in go, probably sede. So between and go. So he brings the Spirit in for us. That's what that means. It comes from Romans. Very important book in the Bible, especially nowadays. All right, next delivery, 9:06 arrival, 1 minute. 9:07 arrival, 2 minutes, 0.6. Looks like we're in the bar section off of West 7. By the Mad Hatter in the corner tab. This one might be the Mad Hatter. Oops, someone's already there on that one. I have to look at my previous vlogs and look at the mural. Actually, I don't know, I'll go by there and get it for you. That's Velvet Taco that opened very late. There's the mural. There's the mural, Fort Worth, made by Jimmy Joe Jenkins. 317. It's Mahoney's. Take a wild guess. There's the tap room right there. Yeah, I guess his name is Jimmy Joe Jenkins. We'll look at his mural again. Jimmy Joe Jenkins. 3/17/2017. It's right here. It's got the Dunlop tires on there. Look at this old school person right there. It's pretty cool. Another tire right there. Look at that right there. The rim on there, another rim. Makes it all three-dimensional. Some hubcaps right there. Pretty cool. Huh? What, did I do something? What's that smell?